Hello, I want to talk about tribalism. What is it exactly about tribalism that make certain people unable to think and act beyond the influence of tribalism? I mean, what is it exactly there is about tribalism? I have tried to conduct some sort of research in my way, but I just couldn't put a finger on what parameters to use to arrive at the reason why some people are engaged by tribalism. Now, let's get one thing straight. Every tribe in Nigeria has that propensity to be caged by tribalism. Every tribe practices it. Now, what is tribalism? Tribalism is the way and manner people are biased in their decision based on their tribal affinity. That's tribalism. So why are people, rather than take decisions that are objective, choose to base their decision on tribal biases? Now, like I said earlier, every tribe has tribal affinity. But why is it more identified with the Southwest? Why is tribalism more identified with the Southwest? The Yoruba people, if I may add. Now, don't also get me wrong. I have met some very, very rational Yoruba people. Dele Farotimi, Obasanjo, some who have called on my program, and I am very, very impressed by the fact that these people do exist. But that will not take away from the very displeasing tribal picture we got during the elections. I mean, in a situation where people say, don't come and vote another candidate if you are not voting for this particular candidate. In a situation where the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or is it Adekule Tinubu, said, Awalokan, that is, it is Yoruba's turn. Why is this sense of entitlement? Why? Anyway, I've come to the realization that what really propels tribalism is insecurity, greed, lack of trust, and pure mischief. You see, when we got our independence, our politicians just struggled to get independence from the colonial masters. And after that, they didn't take into account our peculiarities and our diversities. They didn't take into account on how to mix these diversities to form an identity, a Nigerian identity that was missing. There was no Nigerian identity. And that has formed the basis of most of Nigeria's problem. When a Yoruba produces a president, the Yoruba president feels he's there for the interest of the Yorubas. When a Fulani presents a president, the Fulani man believes he's there, or the Fulani president believes he's there for the interest of the Fulanis. And we have continued this vicious cycle only at the expense of the progress of Nigeria. So why? I said the reason why people somehow cling to tribalism is because of insecurity, lack of trust, greed, and mischief. Insecurity, well, you believe For you to be relevant in Nigeria, you must be in charge of power. Lack of trust. You believe if power is not in your hand, whoever is with power might take you out of economic advantages. Greed, pure and simple. Nigeria, the economic activities of Nigeria has outgrown Apapa seaports. But the Southwest wants the seaport to remain there while other seaports remain closed. And when you make the seaport as the only route, as the only entry point into Nigeria, thereby enjoying the economic spillover to that particular region, you say, no, Lagos belongs to you. Whereas the Yoruba man, the Igbo man, the Tiv man, the Hausa man, everybody who brings anything to this country has to use that entry point. And there is no way you have a seaport in a place that the economic value or the economic spillover does not stretch or affect that region. And we're not talking about who owns Lagos or who does not Lagos. We are talking about tribalism. And then we are talking about insecurity. I mean, that was what I call inferiority complex. You believe if power is not with you, you are not, your essence in this country means nothing. Pure mischief. Pure mischief. Blatantly disregarding that Nigeria is a nation with over 705 ethnic, 750, over 750 ethnic nationalities. And you believe power must rotate among these major tribes. That is pure greed and selfishness and mischief, everything put together. Well, you believe if Nigeria is spilled over, you have Odua Republic. The rest can go to hell. The truth is that Nigeria cannot split. Nigeria cannot split. And the more we cling on to these tribal proclivities that has continuously inhibited our growth, the better for the lions outside that leech on us, the European countries that leech on the African resources. Because if we don't get our tribal biases right, we will never get the country going. And therefore, we'll keep keeping our resources vulnerable to the Western communities who will continue to leech on what we have. Now, I cannot go ahead to beg that stop tribalism today, because tribalism is not what you can stop. It is embedded, it is ingrained in you. Now, I want to talk to that Yoruba man who has gone to school. Anytime you find yourself that you cannot rationalize outside your tribal proclivity, you are enslaved, you are in a cage, and you need to free yourself. Fortunately, that cage is not padlocked. That cage is open. All you need to do is free yourself. If indeed you believe you must rule over others, you believe you must rule over other tribes, but no tribe must rule over you. That's pure, unadulterated mischief, and it must stop. Leave tribalism now. Let's embrace a national identity that says we are Nigerians. My name is Magnus Oraka, and I say please follow this page and share this post.